Hey guys, Pastor Preston here. I just want to give you a quick rundown of the Assigned Small Group program we got starting in a couple weeks. As for all the other announcements, just please watch and look at all the stuff on Tumblr down below. But for the Assigned Small Group program, that is starting on Promotion Weekend. Promotion Weekend is on June 13th, which is just about 2.5 weeks away. And at that time, we're going to start this new structure, which I want to just kind of walk through with you guys right now. Here's the grid. Here's how it all lays out. First off, at the very top box, we have the logistics leader. The logistics leader is going to be that one person that is over everything concerning that room and that hour. Right now in those positions, we have Sherry Bedwell over the K1 at 9:30. Thomas has 2-4 at 9:30. Brett is kind of covering K1 and 2-4 at 11 while we're searching for this other person. I have an opportunity for someone to step into leadership as the logistics leader for either K1 or 2-4. Brett could swing either way. But if that's something you feel led to do, let me know, and I would love to move you into that. But from there, as you see the logistics leaders, we have the grade leaders right here. We'll use K1 as an example. We'll have a kindergarten grade leader and a first grade leader. In the 2-4 room, I'm trying to work those out to where we have two teams, not necessarily boys and girls, so that's to come later. But kindergarten, first grade leader. Those grade leaders will be responsible for these small group leaders underneath them, making sure the small group leaders have everything they need, have their rosters, if there's any materials that they're needing. But then at small group time, because there will be kids that will be on the small group leader's roster, but there will be kids that have not been signed up by their parents yet that will fall into the unassigned kids pool of the room. And you'll see that once we get to that weekend. But at that time, when we move into small groups, the grade leader will be responsible for moving unassigned kids into these small groups so that these small groups will absorb the kids who have not been signed up yet. And because although you'll have a maximum of about 15 kids on your roster, naturally kids don't come every single weekend. So you may only have 6, 7, or 8 of them show up on a particular weekend, which leaves some room to absorb some of the unassigned kids. So now you have the logistics leader, you have the grade leaders, you have the small group leaders, and then of course the kids here. Anyone who is not a logistics leader or a grade leader or a small group leader will be a logistics team, a part of the logistics team, which will be the check-in, the greeters, the check-out, the security, handing out the kid ticks. I mean, if you're saying, I just really don't think I'll be comfortable taking a small group, or I don't think I can make that commitment to be here every weekend to take small groups, then this is where you would fall into, which is great. We need every one of these roles filled, and here's why. If you are a logistics team leader, and you are giving out kid ticks at the booth, you cannot be a small group leader, not at the booth, but at the front door. If you're giving out kid ticks at the front door as the kids are coming in, you cannot be a small group leader, because a small group leader has got to be on the floor waiting for the kids to come in and spending time with the kids during the opening activity. Likewise, the small group leader can't go and be a check-in person or giving out kid ticks at the front door, because you need to be waiting on the floor. So we need to fill all these roles, and everyone own these roles. And here's another thing with the grade leaders. The grade leaders will be responsible for the outreach and the training of the small group leaders. So as you're looking at these roles and saying, where do I really fit into the body of Christ on this? How can I help FC Kids and the house? The outreach and the training will be under the grade leader, meaning you'll handle all the outreach of sending birthday cards and the prayer requests. We'll do prayer requests as a group still, but you'll be really connected and checking in with that group and finding out what kind of prayers they need. But then the training will also fall under you to make sure that a new person, a new volunteer coming in, has everything they need, and pairing them up with one of your small group leaders to shadow and learn over a couple weeks before moving them into a small group leader position themselves. So this is how it's all going to run down, and if there's any questions on that, let me know. But we got 2.5 weeks before we move into this. It's going to be an exciting time. It may be a little hairy at first, but it will even out and smooth out, and relationships are going to be furthered between these kids and between you guys. I really think you're going to like this a lot, and be excited about it, be praying about it, and we'll move on into that on June 13th. But until then, I'll see you this weekend.